And solve by hand, no Desmos. So once again, on your final exam, the first 10 or so questions, you're not going to be allowed to use Desmos or a calculator. And they like to give you a question like this on the no calculator part. This one is a multiply, multiply, cancel, cancel problem. Multiply, multiply, cancel, cancel. So put them in parentheses. We want something to cancel out. And if you notice, what is there a number with that top Y? Is there a number with it? No. No. What could I turn that Y into? 4. A 4. Very good. What kind of 4 does it need to be to cancel with this positive 4? Negative. A negative 4. So do I write a negative 4 out there? No, why not? There's already a negative there. So all I need to do is put a 4 out here. Okay. Those of you with your computers, if you'll just do them halfway or all the way, either one's fine with me. So put a 4. And you're going to multiply everything by 4. You're going to multiply everything by 4. Let me have Chase. 4 times 2x. 8x. Janae, 4 times negative y. Actually, I'll write it right
Negative 4.
Negative 4y. And Janaya, 4 times 9.
36.
36. And then you cross out the top one. We're done with it. Okay. Does anybody remember what we're going to do next with those? You cancel the 4s. You cancel the 4s. What are we going to do with the 3 and the 8? You add them. Good, Jordan. You're going to add them. Raul, what do you get when you add 3 and 8? 11. So I write down 11x. Write down 11x. Elise, what do I do with the negative 14 and 36? All right. So since one's a negative, you are kind of subtracting them. Or you could say I'm doing negative 14 plus 36. But since we don't have a calculator, yes, we're going to do 36, take away 14 because 14 is negative. So that gives me 22. Alif, is it positive 22 or negative 22? Positive, because the 36 was bigger. Okay. Isaac, what do I need to do next? And what's 22 divided by 11? 2. So x equals 2. Tania, do you remember what I have to do next?
Plug it back into the original equation.
Very good. You have to plug it back in. So I'm going to plug it back in up here. So I'm going to write 2. But I'm not going to write 2x. I know what x is. What is x? 2. So I'm going to put in a 2 in the x spot. Minus y equals 9. So I'm plugging 2 in the x spot because x is 2. QJ, what can I do next right here? Paula, what can I do next right here? Good. So I get 4 minus y equals 9. Caleb, what do I do next right here?
You move the 4 over.
Do I add it or subtract it?
Subtract it.
Good, because it was a positive 4. So I subtract it, gives me 5. And I have to do one more step. Mia, what do you have to do when there's a negative in front? What number does that mean is there?
Is it a 1?
Yep, so I have to divide both of them by negative 1. So I get y is negative 5. Jamon, help me put my answer in parentheses. What would go in front, Jamon? The 2 or the negative 5? The 2 and then the negative 5 goes in the back. It's x and then y. So that is your answer, 2, negative 5. Okay. Yep. We multiplied 2 times 2. This 4 in front, you can pick any number you want to get them to cancel. So see how this was a positive 4? So I wanted that to become a negative 4. But what you could have done, let's see, it was 2x minus y equals 9, 3x plus 4y equals negative 14. It would have worked just as well If you would have multiplied this one by -3 and this one by 2, because that would have made this a -6x and that a +6x, which would have canceled. So there's no right way to do it, but which one was less work? This way or the way we did it? Was it less work? Okay. Other questions? Great. All right. Number 2, a system of inequalities is shown below. Which point is a solution to the system? If you're not allowed to use Desmos, does anybody know how you do it if you're not allowed to use Desmos? What? Graph them. Okay, so you would graph these on graph paper, which they will give you on the test. What else could you do if you're not allowed to use Desmos? Graphing is one way. Anybody know another way? What you could do with these answer choices? Plug them in. Do you have to plug them into one, the top one, the bottom one, or both? Both. And you're trying to make it what? True or false? True. You're trying to make it true. Okay. However, we are going to use Desmos. Okay. So go ahead and go to Desmos and let's type both of these in. Question, Jordan? Yes. Yes, you will. As much as you want. Type these in. Y is less than 2x plus 1. And y is greater than 2x minus 3. Jordan, type them in, please. Type them in Desmos. And I also want you to type your answer choices in as well. Know which point I want. Looking up at this screen, which one is the solution? The red, black, purple, or green? Does anybody know which one is the answer? The green. Why is the green one the answer? It has both colors. So the solution region is where both colors overlap. So this right here in the middle is where both colors overlap. Okay. So the green one is our answer. What was the green one? 0, 0. All right, 0, 0. It's got to be where the colors overlap. Questions on that one? All right, number 4 is no Desmos. So again, if you'll just do half screens or close them, whichever one is fine with me, but half screens, that way you don't have to log back in or anything. All right, number 3. What's different about number 3 than number 1? Anybody know? What? This one's already been solved for y. This one's already been solved for y. This one's a plug it in, plug it in. All right, this is a plug it in problem. So we are going to plug 9 minus 2y into what letter, Wyatt? The y or the x? The y, because it's y equals. So all of that, 9 minus 2x, is going to go in this y spot right there. This is a plug it in, plug it in. Jada, help me write down what I need to write down. I need to write down a 3, and then what? Keep going. Very good. So 3, and then you plug in the 9 minus 2x, and then you keep writing everything else. Araya, what do I need to do next to solve this one? Cameron, what do I need to do next to solve this one? Multiply the 3 with the 9 and the -2. All right, this one's no calculator. This one's no calculator. Makai, what is 3 times 9?
27.
Very good. 27. Caleb, 3 times -2x?
-6x.
Good. Liam, do I multiply the 3 by the -2x, this one right here, or do I drop this one down?
You drop the -2x because it's not in the parentheses.
Very good. Lindsay, what do you do next right here?
You combine this -6x and -2x.
Good. -6x minus 2x, what does that give you guys? negative 8x. Raul, what do I need to do with the 27? I got to move it to this side. Do I add it or subtract it? It's positive, so you're going to subtract it over here. So I need to do 11 minus 27. I have no calculator, so that's going to be 27 minus 11. 7 minus 1 is 6. 2 minus 1 is 1. I get 16. Paulo, should it be a positive 16 or a negative 16? Negative, because 27 was bigger, and I have negative 8x on that side. Cameron, what do you do next? And Cameron, what is a negative divided by negative? Positive. So you get x equals 2. That's the same thing we got on 1. So we got x equals 2. Will, am I done? What do you have to do? You want to plug it into the top one or the bottom one? Oh, the bottom will be easier. Let's do the bottom one. So what do I write? Will, y equals what? Times 2. 9 minus 2 times 2. You have to multiply first. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. You have to multiply first. So that's 9 minus 4, which gives you 5. So y is 5. Jordan, how do you write your final answer? 2 comma 5. 2 comma 5. Okay. All right, on number four, they are shading where they overlap. They are showing you the solution regions. So they're showing you where the colors would overlap. Somebody tell me about this symbol right here. What kind of symbol is that? What's the name of that symbol? That one's a greater than or equal to. What about the bottom one? Less than or equal to. Okay, so one of them's greater than or equal to, the other one's less than or equal to. On this one, they shaded both of them above. Could this be the answer? No, because this would have to be 2 greater than signs. Okay, so it's not A. It might be C because it's below one of them and above the other one. It might be A, below and above. What about C? Or sorry, D. What about D? Where do they shade on D? Both below. So those would have to both be less than signs. So we can go ahead and mark out A and D. We can go ahead and mark out A and D. And if we didn't have a calculator, the next thing I would look at is the y-intercepts. This one's at -2. So if I go to -2 for the y-intercept, is that one with the greater than sign or the less than? So they need a shade above -2, which they did. If you go down here to B, if you go to the -2, well, that one doesn't even work. They don't even have a line going through -2. Okay, so this one has to be your answer. If this is on the calculator active part, what should you do? Put them in Desmos just to make sure 100% that you are correct. Okay, Chase, question? So real quick, how do y'all don't have to type this one in. I do want you to look up here though. How do I get the greater than or equal to sign? I have to hit the keyboard and go to the greater than or equal to 3x minus 2. And then y is less than or equal to -1/2 x plus 3. And the colors overlap right there. And the bottom left is where they overlap. So right here on the left. Okay. All right, number five. The admission at a small fair is $1.50 for children and $4 for adults. On a certain day, 2,200 people attend the fair and $5,050 is collected. How many children and how many adults attended? Alif, what should we let our X and Y be? Adults and what? The children. So I'm gonna let X be children and Y be adults. Guys, if I write it, you should write it. If I write it, you should write it. So X is children, Y is adults. Flip it over. You don't have one. X is children, Y is adults. Okay. Let me have Allison. What do you think one of your equations should be?
150. I'm not sure.
Children is X. Keep going. 150X.
Plus 4. Or
Adults is Y, so I'm going to put a Y. What is it equal? What do you think? The 2,200 or the 5,050?
5,050.
Good. Why? Why did you pick that one?
Because it's money.
Because it's money. This is money, money, money. Show me the money. This is your money, money, money equation. If $1.50 and $4 are money, you should pick the one with money for what the total is going to be. Money, money, money. Okay. Jada, do you remember what the other equation should be? All right, 2,200, Jada. Is that adults, children, or the total? It's the total, so it's gonna go after the equals. Do I have any other numbers to work with, Jada? So I put X plus Y. There are no other numbers. There are no other numbers. All right, please put this one in Desmos, everybody. Please put this one in Desmos. Please type this one in. Everybody should be typing it in. 1.5x plus 4y equals 50/50. X plus y equals 2,200. Come on, I don't see anything on my Desmos screen. What do I need to do? What? Zoom out. Zoom out until I find where they crossed, Isaac, how many children attended? Good. X is children. So there were 1,500 children that attended the fair. Janiyah, how many adults attended?
1,500.
No, 1,500 was children because X
Oh,
is
700. Sorry.
700 adults. 700 adults. Okay. Questions? All right. Lynn's Coffee Shop sells 2 blends of beans, mocha and dark. Mocha blend is 1/2 Brazilian bean and 1/2 Colombian bean. Dark bean is 1/4 Brazilian bean and 3/4 Colombian bean. Lynn receives a shipment of 100 pounds of Colombian bean and 60 pounds of Brazilian bean. Let X represent mocha blend and Y represent dark blend. Which of the following sets of inequalities models this situation? Okay. Look at this bottom row. Y is greater than or equal to 0. Do all of the answer choices have that? Okay, so mark it out. Do you need to worry yourself about that one if they all have it? Do you need to worry yourself about it? No. Okay. What about the next line? X is greater than or equal to 0. Do they all have that? So you can ignore it. It doesn't need to factor into your brain at all because they all have that. So you should just ignore that. Okay. Do they all have the next line? 1/4 X plus 3/4 Y. Do they all have matching lines there? No. So let's concentrate there. What do they tell you X represents? What do they tell you X represents? Mocha. Okay, X represents mocha. And what else do they tell me about mocha in this problem? What else do they tell me about mocha? So mocha is 1/2 and what else? 1/2. And mocha is the, what letter do they say to use for that? X. So that means it should be 1/2 X and 1/2 X because they told you to use X for mocha. Okay. Which answer choice has 1/2 X and 1/2 X in it? B and C. B and C. So I can mark out A and D. I can mark out A and D. Okay. The next one, let's see, they all match. Then they both have the 1/4 Y and the 3/4 Y. What's the difference between B and C? So the 60. So let's talk about what in the world is the 60 talking about? Somebody find the 60 in the word problem. What's the 60 talking about? All right, so it's talking about Brazilian beans. So we had 1/2 Brazilian bean. What else do they tell you about Brazilian beans? Somebody find it. What else do they tell you about Brazilian beans? 1/2 Brazilian bean there. What else? 1/4. So I need 1/2, 1/4, and it should give me a total of 60. So which one has 1/2, then 1/4 for a total of 60 pounds? What answer choice is that? B. So your answer is B. That is just a reading problem. That's just a reading problem. It has nothing to do with math. That's just a reading problem. Wait for just a little bit. Number 7, Tania. What does sum mean to do?
Add.
Add. Anybody know what I'm adding? Nope, it doesn't say anything about being consecutive. X and Y. Good, Isaac. X and Y equals 26. That's your first equation. X and Y equals 26. Mason, what about their difference is 20? What? Their difference. So I'm talking about the difference of the two numbers. So what do you think I write? It's going to equal 20, but what do I write here? X minus Y. X minus Y. Their difference is 20. Okay? Janae, what can you do with this?
Put it in Desmos.
Good. Could put it in Desmos. If you were going to work this one out by hand, what would happen? If you weren't going to use Desmos, what would happen if you were working this one out by hand? Then what happens? The Y's would automatically cancel. Okay, but let's put it in Desmos. Let's put it in. Come on, Aleve. Jordan, type it in for me, please. Chase. Yeah, some of these you can do in your head. All right, so we'll put it in Desmos and Mia. Where do they cross?
23 and 3.
All right, and when you add 23 and 3, do you get 26? When you subtract them, do you get 20? Yes, all right. Number 8, Wyatt. What do you want to let X and Y be? All right, X's bracelets, Y's necklaces. Write it down, write it down, write it down. X's bracelets, Y is necklaces. Jada, what would be my first equation? 10 what? What do I have to put next to 10? Plus. Equals 389. Janae, what would be my next equation?
16x plus 10y equal 365.
Good. All right. All right, let's go ahead and put this one in, Desmos. You already have this one in, Jordan? Wyatt, what's the question I'm asking on this one? All right, what do you think? What do you think it means by that? How much is it for a bracelet and a necklace? All right, so when it says a bracelet and a necklace, so a bracelet is how much, guys? How much is a bracelet? Look in Desmos. How much is a bracelet? Thank you. $12.50. Thank you, Charlotte. How much is a necklace? Okay, you are buying a bracelet and a necklace. What's the cashier gonna do? She's gonna add them. The cashier is gonna add them. What do you get when you add those two numbers together? What? 29. So that one, the answer is 29. You have to add them together. Okay. Sarah's age plus Lauren's age is 63. Lauren is also 3 times Sarah's age. How old is Sarah? Cameron, what do you want to let X and Y be? Good. Tania, what would be your first equation?
X plus Y
What does twice mean to put?
equals
What do I put
X
for twice?
plus 2Y.
Equals 63. There you go. Is means equal. So equals 63. Janiyah, what about this one? Lauren is 3 times Sarah's age. How do I write that one, Janiyah? Isaac, how do I write this one? Good. Y equals 3x. Lauren is Y. Is equals 3 times Sarah, who is X. Okay. All right. When I put them in Desmos and I find where they cross, Makai, am I looking for the X or the Y?
X.
Good. I'm looking for the X because it asks how old is Sarah? How old is Sarah? So I'm looking for the X. I got the answer? The X, 9. The X is 9. Okay. All right. Last one. Number 10. The length of rectangle is 8 centimeters more than twice the width. The perimeter is 34. What is the length of the rectangle? Chase, help me with number 10. What should we let X and Y be? Sure. And it doesn't matter. If you switch them, it doesn't matter as long as you are consistent. So Will, what would my first equation be? Start right here. X. The length of a rectangle is equals. What are we using for width? Y. So 8 plus 2y. Okay. Liam, how do you find the perimeter of a rectangle?
By adding up all the sides.
So we're saying that the length is X and we're saying the widths are Y. Draw that on your paper. It's the last one. Draw that on your paper. We have a rectangle. We're saying the X is length, the Y is the width. Caleb, what would we get if we added all those up? What would our expression be?
November.
How many X's do we have, Caleb?
2.
2. How many Y's do we have?
2.
2. Way long time ago when y'all took your test on this, a lot of you only put X plus Y equals 34. A lot of you missed this question. Perimeter means to add all the sides. There's 2 widths and 2 lengths, okay? All right, then when I put this one in Desmos, Lindsay, what's the question asking for?
It's asking the length of the rectangle.
And what did we use for length, Lindsay?
We use the 2x plus 2y. 2y equals 34.
No, that was perimeter. What letter did we use for length?
We use the y.
For length, we used X. For length,
X,
we
okay.
used X. So I'm going to click over here and my X value is 14. My X value is 14. Okay. All right, Jordan, you can go.